everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to be talking about some news that I read on the Direct. I'm honestly not sure if this is a great news source, but it definitely had me fascinated. But before I get into it, please subscribe to this channel and ring that bell icon to be notified when I post new videos. Also hit the thumbs up button if you like this video, and please subscribe to the channel to help this channel grow and share with your friends. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get into it. So, recently I've been reading this news article. I read it just a few days ago, but I wanted to get into this as soon as I could. Anyway, when I was reading this story, it kind of was interesting. It was about how DC is going to be intertwining, I guess, past versions of storylines and of different Supermen and Batmans and just the different Batmen and trying to canonize everything. I guess trying to create a new multiverse or whatever. Granted, I'm not fully fascinated with how DC always does these multiverse storylines. It's kind of been done to death, I guess. And then honestly, I feel like they need to establish a cohesive universe before they can really establish a multiverse. But I digress. Anyway, I'll go ahead and open up this article. 1 second. Okay, so it says, in a new one-shot comic, Dark Crisis, The Big Bang, DC outlined official multiverse designations for various fan-favorite movies, shows, and books. The Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths event has been going on since late spring 2022 and will conclude in the early year of 2023. The event has explored various universes across DC's vast multiverse as young heroes grapple with the presumed deaths of their mentors. Prior to the event, certain DC properties not canon to the DC Comics universe had been given numerical universe designations so fans could keep the different dimensions straight. Earth 12, for instance, is where the events of Batman Beyond take place, and Earth 66, for another, is where the Batman television show and Batman and the movie from the 1960s, or the Batman television show and movie from the 1960s take place. And now DC has called out even more of these universes, giving fans a broader picture of where their favorite properties sit within the multiverse. Now, I think I've already seen this before. They kind of did this, I guess, during the Crisis on Infinite Earth storyline back in the day. They've done this, actually, I think almost every time they rebooted the DC universe. So it's kind of all par for the course at this point. Everyone somewhat has to know about these characters. And I'm pretty sure during the Crisis crossover event by CW, they did a whole tie-in event in the comic book. So it's kind of weird that they're doing it again, but I guess they kind of have to reestablish things. But it's honestly becoming a bit tedious. I am hopeful that they will do something good, but honestly, like I said, it's all par for the course at this point. And honestly, I'm just hoping for a fresh start when it comes to DC. I don't want to see anything divisive. I want to see things that are just entertainment for the sake of entertainment. Things that are hopeful for the sake of being hopeful. DC reveals 10 universe designations. Through Barry Allen, Flash's records of the many universes that he has seen as he raced through the multiverse in Dark Crisis, The Big Bang. DC gave 10 properties non-canon to the main DC universe official designations. Earth 55, Deceased. I honestly did not like that storyline. It was very meh. It wasn't something I don't really like the undead and things of that nature. I didn't feel interested in it. But I'm sure there's plenty of people who like that kind of stuff. It's not my bag. Anyway, it says Earth 55 is now the official setting of the events of Deceased 2019 and its sequels, DC's Dead Planet and DC's War of the Undead Gods. So let's see, by Tom Taylor and Trevor Hairsine. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Anyway, on Earth 55, the anti-life equation mixing with Cyborg's body led to a zombie-like virus infecting the DC superheroes fans know and love. Okay. And so in Earth 63, you have DC versus vampires. Let's see here. So, okay. I didn't get to read. I haven't really read many of the new comic books coming out, mainly because it hasn't really gone back to the classics. I've always preferred storylines involving the heroes protecting their city and simply fighting for those that they love. Generally, that's always been my favorite thing. So, here we go. So Earth 63 is now the universe in which DC versus vampires by James Tinian, I hope the fourth. It's Matthew Rosenberg and Otto Schmidt takes place. Okay, this fan favorite series, as the name suggests, sees DC characters facing off against an invasion of vampires, among them slowly turning the heroes into bloodthirsty creatures. Okay, so this is kind of another undead storyline, and it's like, I get it. It's not the same. Zombies and the undead and vampires are very different, but it's another Halloween type storyline, and it's kind of meh. I'm not really a big fan of Halloween, but I digress. It's really, at this point. Then you have the Dakota verse, Earth 93. Now that's something I'm actually interested in. Earth 93 has been named the official home of Dwayne McDuffie's Milestone Media and their characters, now a subcategory of DC Comics. This universe is the birthplace of beloved characters like Static, Icon, and Rocket. Presumably, it is given the designation of Earth 93 because of Milestone Media's 1993 founding. I mean, obviously, it's kind of on the nose, but I like it. Honestly, I would love to see a brand new, continuation of the whole Milestone characters, Static, Virgil Hawkins, Icon, and Rocket, and presumably seeing these characters would just make things so much better, and seeing them brought back into a more 90s setting, I think would bring in a better audience, more interesting. It would, I don't know, it's just hard to say. It's hard to put it to words. It's really I honestly think that it would be fun to see these characters again in a 90s format, because of the fact that most people that I know that read comic books, and generally those who are interested in superheroes and that type of media, are very much set in that mindset of kind of the 90s. And I feel like it's kind of becoming a big thing right now, where everyone's kind of looking back at the 90s and they kind of relate to it more. I think it's really a more relatable time frame. And then you have Earth 96. This is the next one. DC Superhero Girls. Man, my little sister used to be really interested in this. I think she loved it. She did not like the redesign they came up with. She liked how they first started out. The redesign looked weird to her. But Earth 96 is the universe of the Netflix animated series DC. See, I remember when it was on DC's what was it called? There was another platform they had. It was technically on Cartoon Network, but it was DC's DC Nation. Honestly, I actually missed those days. That was kind of fun. I liked the whole DC Nation format. It just seemed a lot more entertaining. People felt like a bit more like a community of geeks. It was just fun. Now, mind you, it's a little cheesy, but I'm a big fan of cheesy. Anyway, so Earth 96 is the universe of the Netflix animated series DC Superhero Girls and its various tie-in comics and stories. On Earth 96, Zatanna, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Jessica Cruz, Supergirl, Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, and Bumblebee all navigate going to high school, superheroics, and trying to maintain their secret identities. Sorry. Okay. Obviously, this is definitely for a younger audience, so I'm not the one to go after it. I'm never gonna be going after these things. But yeah, I feel like if they revamped the animation of this and brought it back, it honestly would be great. It would be one of the best things to see. Earth 98, Green Lantern Legacy. Now, honestly, I haven't read this one. I kind of like the art of this character. I'm not sure if it's a girl or a boy. Let me see. Earth 98 is the newly named setting of Green Lantern Legacy, a graphic novel by Min Lee and Andy Tong. I'm hoping I'm saying these names right. The book follows Tai Pham, a teenager who ends up... It doesn't even say if it's a boy or girl. What the heck? I'm not even going to bother with this. A teenager who ends up in possession of a Green Lantern... Okay. It's not so much that they end up in possession of it. They are chosen based on their level of will. But... oh well, I'm not even going to get into it at this point. Anyway, Earth 100... Cami Garcia and Gabriel Piccolo universe. Earth 100 is a new designation for the world of the Teen Titans stories by Cami Garcia and Gabriel Piccolo. This duo is a team behind Teen Titans Raven, Teen Titans Beast Boy, Teen Titans Beast Boy Loves Raven, and the upcoming Teen Titans Robin 2023. These stories are a fresh, modern take. Oh, modern take on the classic Teen Titans team, all of which now take place on Earth 100. Now, I can't stand anymore this whole modern take thing. I feel like it's always been modern. I feel like all they need to do is just add technology that is more modern. That's it. Modern vernacular doesn't even seem realistic. I haven't met a single person younger than me who actually uses internet jargon. I'm pretty sure I'm probably still also pretty isolated compared to most people, but still. Anyway, it says in this next one, Earth 118, Dark Knights of Steel. I honestly like this one. I like the artwork for this, especially the storyline. I didn't get to read it entirely. I might get a copy of it eventually. Earth 1811 sorry. Earth 118 is home to another Tom Taylor alternate take on classic DC superheroes, but this time they are in a fantasy world. Dark Knights of Steel. It's a series by Taylor and Yasmin Putri, and put Superman, Batman, and all the Robins, yes, all of them, including Stephanie Brown and Duke Thomas, and more into the world of knights, lords, and other similar wonders. I honestly think that's kind of cool. I might check it out. I'm not sure if it's all that. It could just be a big, marketing thing, just a big ploy and just to get people to read comics. But I kind of like it, and the art style looks kind of cool to me. It actually looks similar to my art style a little bit. Anyway, Earth 789, nice. 78 and 89, nice. That's perfect. It's the setting for two live-action takes on DC staples, both Superman 78 and the classic Michael Keaton Batman from '89. So I feel like it's pretty clear that they're kind of combining all the different properties. They're not even kind of really combined. They're very separate, and it's kind of weird, honestly. But I'm very intrigued at how they're going to put this all together. Honestly, though, it's kind of seeming a bit, I don't like using this word, half-assed. It seems a little half-assed because of the fact that they're just kind of throwing things together, calling it a multiverse or whatever, and it's just kind of, I can't really consider any of it canon. It's kind of weird. I mean, granted, I'm sure I'm not the one who judges this. No one is. It's DC's job to judge whether it's canon, what's canon and what's not canon. But ultimately, it's kind of just, it's very strange. Earth 1956, The Adventures of Superboy and Super Friends. Okay. I think I remember watching this with my grandfather. And Earth 1956 is where two old school DC cartoons now take place, The Adventures of Superboy and Super Friends. Oh yeah, I think I have this I have this on DVD. And I also have it on a VHS actually. Okay, so despite the name, the 1966 show is not about Connor Kent or Jonathan Kent, the Superboys modern fans are familiar with, but actually follows Clark Kent as a teenager. Yep, Super Friends focuses on the DC Trinity, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, along with Robin. These two shows now coexist on Earth 1956. Okay. Let's see. And then Earth 1996, Mysterious Amalgamated Heroes. Interesting. I see like a Wolverine ripoff there. And a Captain America ripoff. Yeah. It looks like they combined all the amalgamated here. Like, there are different comic books, one-offs mostly, and kind of fan fiction as well. But different characters that were kind of inspired, like where Marvel and DC kind of worked together, I guess, to a degree. In the Earth 1996 is so far not explicitly attributed to any specific DC property or group of characters, but it was introduced for the first time in the Dark Crisis, the Big Bang one-shot. Barry writes, Earth 1996, Mysterious Amalgamated Heroes requires further investigation. Okay. It's very likely that this is referring to the 1996 Amalgam Comics crossover event. Yep, this is the one. This event featured characters that mixed elements from both Marvel and DC properties. Some such amalgamations included Superboy. Yeah, I remember this time frame. They kind of combined different characters. It was just a way to kind of market each other's companies, and this is why I really miss from DC and Marvel. Back in the day, they used to kind of work together a little bit on some level, and kind of cross-promote each other's companies. And granted, actually, they kind of did that with a lot of comic book companies, not just DC and Marvel, but a lot of independent people still kind of do it today. In fact, I think that DC and Marvel, if they switched up their efforts and focused on really rebuilding the comic book platform, focusing on telling stories that are not divisive, but telling stories that are about superheroes saving the day, super villains fighting to destroy the world, and good versus evil, and then every now and then you have the gray area characters that are just there to kind of bring a little bit of anarchy. Throwing in a few of those here and there, then finally having crossover events with Marvel, or generally just cross-promoting people and even promoting independent comic books. If they did that, I feel like it would honestly... sorry. I feel like it would honestly add a lot more life and a lot more reach to how it would honestly improve things over at DC and Marvel. It would improve morale, and I mean, honestly, it's kind of difficult to say, but I would like to see that. But anyway, that's the end of the article. It says here at the final part, Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths has officially released its final main story issue, and all past issues and tie-in comics are available for purchase at local comic book shops. Okay. So in reading all this and kind of seeing how all this is going to play out, I can't really say how good it's going to go when it comes to DC. I'm just an independent artist, and I do these videos because I want to talk about my opinions regarding DC and Marvel and other fan properties that I've enjoyed over the years. And honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about DC and Marvel right now, but I am looking forward to whatever they have planned. I'm hoping that they actually do something good this time around. It's been a while since I've been able to pick up a comic book and actually enjoy it. Granted, there are many people who have enjoyed these comic books. I'm glad for them, but personally, it's not my interest. I'm hoping for a brighter future. But for now, that's all I'm going to talk about for today in this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to this channel and ring that bell icon to be notified when I post new videos. Also hit the thumbs up button if you like this video, and please share with your friends to help this channel grow. Well, thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.